Well, every year, the government funds legal services and guidance for more than 20,000 children under the age of 18 who cross the border without their parents.
But last week, the group's work was abruptly halted after receiving a stop work order from the Trump administration. Then, just days later, that order was rescinded.
News 5's Nadine Abasada spoke to an immigration attorney about how they're moving forward and a lawmaker about why this happened.
Laura Nakamovic's panic started last Tuesday when her federal contracted work was halted.
Our contractor received an order from their contracting officer at the federal government saying that we would not be paid for any of the work under this contract going forward.
Laura is one of 3 immigration firms subcontracted by Acacia Center for Justice to represent 80 to 90 unaccompanied minors in the state. Age ranges 1 to 17 years old.
We service providing Know Your Rights presentations and legal service, legal screenings and legal services, a shelter that's in Columbus.
Their work is federally funded, but Tuesday, that money was paused, directly affecting their operations.
What's going to happen with these kids?
I don't think anybody knows the answer to that. You know, they'll be deported, they'll be abandoned. It puts them at so much higher risk for trafficking.
The stop work order is a part of President Donald Trump's efforts to reevaluate federal spending, something Representative Tom Young understands.
I don't see this administration or any administration wanting to hurt anyone.
But he reminds the public that the only way to fix the problem is to take a step back.
It's just finding the answers. How do we get through this process? And taking a pause may be an important first step. But I don't really see how organizations won't step forward to help fund this if it's really important to them.
Then just days later, Laura learned that their funding was in fact restored.
As mysteriously as we received the stop work order, we received notice that the stop work order had been rescinded.
Laura says the memo was vague and not reassuring.
So I have no faith that our funding is secure.
If the funding is cut again, Laura tells News 5 she will only be able to continue their work for a short time before laying off her staff and cutting back on services for the kids. So in preparation for the worst, she's working overtime.
For kids who have time-sensitive applications, we're working as quickly as possible to get those filed and to get that work done for them before any stop work order comes, because the kids are our priority.
Reporting in Shaker Heights, Nadine Abasada, News 5.
And today, a judge in Seattle issued a preliminary injunction against President Trump's executive order that suspended refugee services. Trump signed that order last month, which halted admission and federal funding for resettlement agencies. The Department of Justice says more than 600,000 people are going through that refugee process. A DOJ official says it is expensive and that suspending the services is in the interest of the United States.